All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time to go racing. Justin Swafford and Jeremy Edwards are on the front row tonight. Richie Joplin, Lance Sponberg on the second row, Tyler Ock, Cody Kennedy on the third row, Edmund Jones and Blake Viken on the fourth, Russell Worth and Colby Whipple rounding out the top 10. Mike Brown and Aaron Brill 11th and 12th. Ryan McDaniel starting in 13th. Jeremy Root in 14th. Dean Webb starts back in 15th. And Brian Hewitt rounding out the 16-car field. Obviously, due to the holiday, a lot of the regulars not here tonight. Look for them to be back in January when the new season pops off. All the drivers rolling around the track for their one pace lap. We're going green quickly here. Four Toyotas in the field, two Fords in the field, but the rest of that 16-car field, all bow ties, baby. Could be a Chevy-dominated season here. Pace car is in. Here we go. The test race for the new season. There's Barney the flag man. He waves the green. We are down and away. We've got one car shooting up to the high side on the start. Gets it gathered back up. New paint schemes here tonight. Looks like that was Lance Swanberg having a problem on the start. Everybody's settling in, but Swafford is taking off. He's got some breathing room already on Jeremy Edwards. Out of turn 4, and Swafford will lead. A caution. We have already got a caution. Looks like Cody Kennedy and Russell Worth involved. Let's see what happened. Okay, 4 wide, and Cody just gets loose. Collects Russell. Russell just barely taps the wall. Everybody else comes away okay. Backing it up just a little. Those look like some netcode came into play there. But they were 4 wide in a place there wasn't enough room, and a little door banging occurred. Cody Kennedy did go into pit road. Do not believe he needed repairs. However, they do have unlimited fast repairs for tonight, so who knows? Might have been a wise choice to hit pit road, get the car fixed, and just play it safe. And did hear a couple of the drivers say it has been a really long time since some of them have been in this Xfinity car. Hey, Swafford, thank you so much for the stars, buddy. And yeah, it is awesome to be back, man. Some of these drivers have not been in this particular car in quite a while as Barney gives them the 1 to green here. I'd imagine that will come into play a little bit early on in the season. However, they do have about a month and a half before Daytona. I suspect there's going to be some practice races. I suspect a lot of these drivers are going to be doing a lot of testing. Yeah, Blake, gutsy move on the 4-wide pass. Surprised to, obviously a practice race, not a points race, so these guys obviously testing the waters. Blakey Poo is full send here tonight. He ain't worried about tires, fuel, damage, nothing. Blake is just going to send it all night long. Pace car is back in. Swafford in control. Here they come. Green flag back in the air. And they are 3 wide on the front straightaway off into turn 1. It is going to be practice race. It's going to be full aggression here tonight. Side by side mid-pack, everybody settling in. Blake Viken on the attack, already up to 5th. Richie Joplin up to 2nd. Edmund Jones has made his way up into 3rd. So far, Swafford has led every lap. There's a problem back behind with Mike Brown. Aaron Brill, Ryan McDaniel caught up. No caution as yet. Caution now out on lap 6. And it looks like a series of unfortunate events happened back behind. See if we can see what the heck happened here. 3 wide out of turn 4. Oh! Mike Brown came down, didn't realize. Holy cow, Mike, hold on to it. Aaron Brill gets caught up in this one as well. Aaron just has nowhere to go as the chaos erupts ahead of him. There are body panels flying everywhere. Ryan McDaniel just ahead, had nowhere to go when Mike gets there. The 9 comes back up. Everybody involved in that got a piece of Ryan. Brian Hewitt also catching a piece of that one. Had the back half of the field on pit road for repairs right now. Jeremy Edwards, Blake Viken, Jeremy Root, Brian Hewitt, Lance Sponberg, Aaron Brill, Ryan McDaniel, and Mike Brown all hit pit road for repairs. Meanwhile, Justin Swafford continues to lead here. Mike Brown is actually, looks like he is still sitting on pit road after that. And it looks like several cars involved in that incident lost a lap, so they are going to have some fighting to do to get their way back on the lead lap here at Texas. once we get some green flag laps, and as we mentioned, we will be testing out some SRX style interviews here tonight, talking to some of the drivers as they run around under green flag conditions. Worth noting, so far, Dean Webb in the 08 up 10, in the 09 up 10 spots into 5th. Edmund Jones is up 4 spots into 3rd. Jeremy Root up 3 spots into 11th. Brian Hewitt up 4 spots into 12th. And it looks like, due to the fact that this is a practice race, it looks like they waved a couple of cars around on this one. Looks like everybody is going to get waved back to the lead lap. Lance Sponberg, the last one to come around. So Ryan McDaniel is back on the lead lap along with Brian Hewitt and Aaron Brill. And Lance Sponberg now waved around. He'll be back on the lead lap. So everybody's still in the fight here. Remember, tonight, not about points. It's just about giving the Xfinity car another run. Everybody getting an opportunity to test it. They were trying out multiple setups here tonight to see which ones the drivers preferred. They will be running fixed setups throughout the season, but the drivers getting some testing done tonight. No sense in letting drivers run around a lap down. They might as well have a shot at it all night long. Just a test fun race, and hey, you know what? So far, we've seen some guys having some fun, making some really gutsy moves out here. I mean, we saw 4 wide very early in the race. Something you don't see often here at Texas. Pace car drops to pit road. Barney holds the flag. Green flag is back in the air. They are away. 15 cars still in it, still on the lead lap. Mike Brown is the only car currently not on the lead lap. He's a couple of laps down. If we get another caution, I expect he'll be back on the lead lap. A lot of battling going on mid-pack. The front half has gotten fairly single file at the moment. Richie now up into 2nd, Edmund in 3rd. Dean Webb has made his way now to 4th. Dean, another one of those drivers, really good at conserving the car, the tires, the fuel. He's going to be one to watch in these Xfinity cars where you have to really, it is a driver's car. You really have to drive this thing. Brian Hewitt starting to make his way forward again. He is up 5 spots now into 11th. Colby Whipple currently sits in 10th. Tyler on the attack. He is looking for a move on Dean Webb. Swafford out front. And looks like Blakey Pooh Snickerdoodle Boo Boo just ran the fastest lap of the night so far. Let's ask him how he did it. Hey, Blakey Pooh, you just set the fastest lap of the race, man.
Yes, sir, I did.
So how did you do it? Is it just foot down, turn left tonight?
Foot down, close my eyes, turn left, and hope it sticks.
Well, sometimes that's all you can do, man. A great race so far. Some gutsy moves going on out there.
Oh, yeah, just all about the sending tonight.
Well, you guys are definitely putting on one heck of a show, man. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thank you.
Doing these SRX interviews. SRX style interviews, kind of fun, I gotta admit. Dean Webb, Tyler Ott continue to battle. Jeremy Root, who started back in 14th, did not qualify. Already up 8 spots into 6. Root on the attack. Ryan McDaniel and Lance Spawnberg having a little bit of a battle back behind. Spawnberg keeps looking underneath. Ryan can't get there, just ahead. Brian Hewitt behind the only lap car, Mike Brown. And out front, Swafford still controlling this thing. Richie's right there with him, but man, he just can't do anything with him. Cody Kennedy still holds on to 8th. He got caught up in that early, but managed to fight his way back up. Russell Worth, who was also caught up in that initial incident, currently back in 9th. He's fought his way back toward the front. Aaron Brill just ran into that wreck a few laps ago. Had nowhere to go. The front stretch filled up, but he hit pit road. 4 tires, fuel, and repairs, has fought his way back up into 11th. Spawnberg starting to lose some ground. Ryan McDaniel just did his fastest lap so far, and he is closing in very quickly on Brian Hewitt. Starting to see a little bit of a battle forming for the lead. Richie Joplin right to Swafford's bumper, starting to peek the nose underneath. Meanwhile, Dean Webb underneath Edmund Jones. That got a little bit close back behind. Looked like Blake Veakin had a little bit of a love tap there with Cody Kennedy. A very close call, but both of them managed to save the car and keep going the right direction. Cody, big run there down into turn 1 and takes the spot back from Blakey Poo. Back up front, that second group who was battling got single file, as that battle between Richie Joplin and Justin Swafford has allowed them to close the gap just a little bit. Dean Webb, though, now to 3rd. Jeremy Root up 10 spots into 4th. Him and Dean are on the attack. All right, since we have permission to grab any of the drivers and interview anybody we want under green flag conditions, let's let you folks at home decide which driver do we interview next. Drop in the comments, let us know who you'd like us to interview while they're racing. Wow, Root really starting to make some moves. He comes by Dean Webb. It'll be interesting to see when DJ the Iceman Kenner gets back out here with Jeremy Root. Both of those drivers, multiple wins as Root just flies by Richie Joplin. Both of those drivers extremely good in the Xfinity car. Both Jeremy Root and DJ Kenner very, very fast in these cars. Well, since nobody's voted on a driver yet, let's see if we can talk to our 4th place driver, one of our big movers, Dean Webb. Dean, you've been on the attack since the drop of the green flag, and here you go past Richie. Can you get up there and do something with Swafford?
Yeah, man. First lap's the track. Just got to figure it out.
I heard a lot of drivers say they had not been in this Xfinity car in quite a long time. How long has it been for you?
Oh, God. Since I started iRacing?
A lot of drivers I know really struggle with it and don't necessarily like this car, but man, you and Jeremy Root are just on a mission tonight in it.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. Really don't think I do. I think I'm scrubbing more tire than I need to.
Well, whatever you're doing, I'd say you're going in the right direction, man. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
Well, Dean Webb doesn't think he's doing as good as he is, but man, the numbers don't lie. He's up 12 spots into third. Swafford, though, still has the lead by about 0.4 of a second. Welcome back, Thomas. Jeremy Edwards, the first driver on pit road, and even without the pace laps, this is an early stop. I'm guessing Jeremy playing a little bit of strategy because these drivers could go 30 to 35 laps under green flag conditions, but with 2 early cautions, I'm betting some of these drivers will be able to stretch to lap 40. Jeremy Edwards, the leader's coming by on the high side. Edwards now 2 laps down. Of course, once pit stop cycle through, he'll be okay, but this is definitely a bit of a surprise. We'll see if the fresh tires, if once he gets up to speed, puts some heat in those things, does he go flying back by? I will tell you that the lap time falls, even for the leader, are ginormous. Swafford's fastest lap of 29.87, last time by 31.3. So almost 2 seconds off. And now Jeremy Edwards on the attack. He's going to get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way as he shoots the gap underneath Swafford and just is gone. Jeremy Root still holding on to second, has really closed up now on the leader. Richie Joplin has dropped back to 4th. Tyler Ott now in 5th. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Jeremy Edwards about his strategy here. Jeremy, that was an unexpected strategy move there. You pitting long before you actually had to based on fuel. Will this one pay off?
I don't know. I had a lot of damage from that restart and got spun in the wall, so I was 1.5 off the pace, so I just figured I'd try something different.
Well, so far, I mean, you have checked out. You obviously about 2 seconds a lap faster than the rest of the field right now. If everything falls your way, now you're only 1 lap down and pulling away quickly. You think you can get back to the lead lap and maybe get up here and fight for a win?
Lead lap for sure, but before I pitted, Justin and Root and them, they were only, I think, like 8 seconds behind me, so from putting me a lap down anyway, so we'll see.
Man, so far, obviously, it's not going your way, but the comeback right now is strong. Good luck, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Jeremy Edwards has one of his lap back. Confident he'll get back to the lead lap. We'll see what happens when he gets there. Swafford, Root, Dean Webb, Richie Joplin, Tyler Ott, still your top 5. Edmund Jones, Cody Kennedy, Aaron Brill, Blake Viken, and Russell Worth rounding out your top 10. Colby Whipple has now dropped to 11th. Spawnberg back to 12th. Brian Hewitt was moving up earlier. He is now back to 13th. Ryan McDaniel holds on to 14th. If I'm a Ryan McDaniel, a Brian Hewitt, maybe even a Lance Spawnberg, right now would be the perfect time to pit It'd only be 3 or 4 laps before the leaders, but you could make up a lot of ground with those fresh tires. It's definitely going to be in. Oh, Richie Joplin is headed in. Big surprise to see somebody in the top 5 in so quickly. Now Colby Whipple is in. Russell Worth is coming in. Looks like we may be seeing all the drivers here once one of them is in for fresh tires. Man, it's about time for all of them to come. It looks like, no, the leader looked like he was slowing down, but the top 2 staying out. Dean Webb is going to stay out. Edmond stays out, as does Cody Kennedy. Cody's been on a march. Tyler Ott is in. Blake Viken also on pit road now. Brian Hewitt is in. Just shy of the halfway point. These guys cannot go the distance if they make it to lap 40 because some of that first 40 laps was under caution, so obviously they're using a lot less fuel. But stretching it out, then getting the tires here, they will have the freshest tires on track. Edmund Jones, Dean Webb, Lance Spawnberger in, and it looks like, yes, the leader is in. Swafford is on pit road. Jeremy Root's going to stay out. Aaron Brill stays out. Ryan McDaniel has stayed out. Looks like Ryan is slowing down for pit road. Jeremy Root coming back around. Will him and Aaron Brill come in this time? Root is in. If Aaron Brill comes in, we will complete the cycle of pit stops. Aaron is slowing down. And here comes Aaron Brill onto pit road. Swafford already rolling back off. Richie Joplin, who was the first to pit, not far behind and gaining ground quickly due to having the momentum. Richie may come by Swafford. Yep, Richie's got it. Aaron Brill, Jeremy Root still sitting on pit road. Will Richie come around and claim the lead? Jeremy Root is rolling off pit road, but not quickly enough. Richie's going to take the lead when they come to the backstretch. Richie Joplin officially taking the lead. Swofsky in second. Dean Webb in third. Tyler Ott in fourth. Jeremy Root settles in fifth, but Jeremy, one of the drivers with the freshest tires out there. Aaron Brill back in 8th place, also on fresher tires, so expect him to be closing that gap, despite the fact that it's only 2, 3, maybe 4 laps ahead of the fresher tires than the drivers ahead. It is going to make a big difference as the long run carries on. Tyler Ott now up into fourth. Dean Webb still the biggest mover. Richie has a 0.7 of a second lead. See if we can get a quick word with the birthday boy, Richie Joplin. Richie, you got her to the front. Now, can you keep it up there?
I don't know. They got fresh tires to me. I hit the wall at the beginning, had wheel damage, so I fell back. So I had to pit early to fix it. So I'm having fun.
Well, you definitely look like you're fast. How long has it been since you've been in one of these Xfinity cars?
About a year?
So it has been a while, like most of the field. Well, man, you're getting into some traffic again. We'll just wish you the best of luck out here, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Richie Joplin in the lead, does not know if he can hold on to it. Hey, good evening, Jason. Richie's 326th birthday of 2023. No telling what Blake has planned for Richie next year. I do know it's not going to be his birthday every day of the year next year, but who knows what Blake will come up with. Meanwhile, as Richie's lead begins to shrink, Swafford closing in. Richie is putting several cars a lap down. Brian Hewitt and Ryan McDaniel have now both lost a lap. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving weekend. Y'all be safe out there if you're traveling. Don't forget to tune in Saturday night, 7 Eastern. We have that big MS charity event. Going to be a lot of drivers in that race, racing for some money and iRacing credits and raising money for a great cause. Brian Hewitt, holy cow, he was out of shape out of turn 2. Swafford has gotten right to the back bumper. Ryan McDaniel had a bit of a moment there, has recovered. We'll take a look at Ryan's here in a minute. But Swafford is all over Richie's back bumper. Swafford has 3-lap pressure tires, looks underneath. This is going to be a walk. Swafford is back to the lead. Let's see what happened to Ryan McDaniel. There's Ryan on the bottom. Looks like he just taps the apron, going through 3 and 4. It was just enough to send him rally driving. Oh, and a hard hit into the outside wall. Now they will have to make one more fuel stop here. Strategy could be a big factor though, as these drivers will not need a full fuel load here. They could take right sides and 1 can of fuel, and we might see some of them try something like that just to gain some track position. Richie Joplin now losing ground to the leader. Dean Webb is closing in. He's bringing Jeremy Root with him. Tyler Ott, Cody Kennedy, Edmund Jones, Blake Veekin, Aaron Brill, and Colby Whipple rounding out that top 10. Russell Worth back there in 11th. Jeremy Edwards now back on the lead lap in 12th place. Is starting to make up a little bit of ground with that strategy play earlier in the race. This might actually pay off for him. And we've seen Edwards play the strategy game perfectly to overcome problems in the past. Tonight could be no different. Next time by, all the drivers will be within the fuel window. They can make the final stop at any point. How many of them will try short pitting here? I'm willing to bet most of them are going to split the difference. Hit pit road with about 22, 23 laps to go. Cody Kennedy has had a few close calls throughout this race, but still holds on to 6. Let's see how he's feeling. Cody, I have to say, I've seen you have a couple of close calls here tonight, but so far, so good.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I had a really good battle with Edmund Jones in the 51, I think his number is.
Yep. Next time you get to Edmund, do me a favor and just put him in the wall.
Oh, 10-4. I'll be glad to do that for you, Doug. I do that for my buddy.
I appreciate that. Man,
No problem, man.
I know you got the new pedals in. How are they? Are they making a huge difference out here today?
Yeah, like just the reaction time with these, like it's just crazy. Like as soon as you hit the gas, it's like right there, and like my other ones, it takes a second.
Man, it is definitely showing you've had an awesome run so far. Good luck. Keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, bud.
Cody Kennedy being kind enough that he is going to put Edmund in the wall next opportunity he gets. That'll make me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Hey, good evening, Deanna Ewens. Great to see you here tonight. Aaron Brill now up 4 spots. Jeremy Edwards has made his final pit stop. That has moved him back. Oh, here comes Ryan McDaniel. He is in for his final stop. After that wild incident a few moments ago. He is within the window now. All the drivers within the window here. Jeremy Edwards does have the freshest tires, currently in 14th. He'll be able to unlap himself. You see through the turn here just how quickly he gets to the back bumper and just sends it by. Lance Sponberg. Ryan McDaniel has completed his stop. He is now on fresh tires. 2 laps down, but he should be able to make all of that up here in the future. Meanwhile, Swafford has opened up a lead now of 1.5 seconds over Jeremy Root. Blake Beacon is on pit road for his stop. Swafford brings it out of turn 4. Let's see if we can get a word. There he is. Let's see if we can get a word with our leader. Swafford, you've led the most laps so far tonight. You're finally starting to pull a gap on Jeremy Root back behind. Have you got this thing wrapped up?
Man, I hope so. I've been watching my mirror, and he's been getting closer and closer, so I've been peeking on it.
Well, I noticed you got out to about 1.5 seconds. It's only been the last lap or two that he's really gained any ground. I know this setup of the I just lost track of what I was saying. I know this version of the track a little harder on the tires. The Xfinity car obviously does not handle nearly as well as the Cup car, but almost the same amount of power. It looks like, man, it looks like you are really having to work it tonight.
Yeah, this configuration, I actually prefer this. That new configuration they got, I cannot stand that new Texas, no matter what it is. Cup car, Xfinity, anything I drive there at that new track. I suck. So to have this track, I'm actually enjoying this.
I enjoy this version more too, but I've driven this version in real life, so it is definitely my favorite. Man, a great run so far. Root's starting to close, but you still got a pit stop to get it done.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Swafford currently has the lead. One more stop. Thank you so much for the stars, Jason. Next time by, it'll be 20 laps to go. Edmund Jones now in for his final stop. Well, we should have told Swofsky to run into Edmund. So all the drivers that are listening, if you have an opportunity to put Edmund Jones in the wall, it's just a practice race. Send him. Jeremy Root has closed within about 0.6 of a second now as Tyler Ott, Lance Sponberg have gone to pit road. Swafford is on pit road. Jeremy Root, Richie Joplin staying out. Richie Joplin is now headed to pit road. Aaron Brill still out. Jeremy Root still out. Only 2 cars left. Just 2 cars left. Make that 1. Jeremy Root is giving up the lead. He is headed to pit road. Also, quick update. Jeremy Edwards now into the top 10. After problems early and a little bit of strategy, he is making some moves. Aaron Brill is taking the lead, but has not completed his stop yet. Brill's got a car underneath. That's Edmund Jones. He can't get to pit road this time. He's got a 24-second lead, but he last pitted on lap 38. He cannot go to the end from there on fuel. 15 laps to go here in this practice race with the new season coming up. Ryan McDaniel starting to make his way forward. He is closing in on Brian Hewitt in 13th. Dean Webb in 3rd, just set the fastest lap of the race, and Aaron Brill is on pit road. But Swafford, after that pit stop, 3.1 second lead. Dean Webb really going to have to send it here to see what he can do. Colby Whipple back in a... Ooh. Colby coming around the lap car of Mike Brown there. Looked like he got a little squirrely out of 4. Trying to close the gap on Aaron Brill. Aaron comes off pit road in 10th. But Aaron now has the freshest tires on track by over 2 laps. $13 laps to go. Now the question is, Aaron Brill in 10th, how many people can he catch and pass here? Let's see if we can get a word with the 11th place person who is also now effectively in charge of the Nowski Nation, Colby Whipple. Colby, so far, this is looking like you guys are about to have a really good season.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is going to be a really fun season. I cannot wait. These cars, I know a lot of people haven't driven them in a while, but and they are not the easiest thing to drive in the service. They got a lot of power. They can take a beating. It's going to be fun.
They can definitely take a beating. We've seen guys sliding into walls and just keep going. Not a... It is a tough little car. It is tough to drive, but everybody, I think the fact that some of these guys haven't driven it in so long also playing an interesting factor here, as some of the early battles we saw, some guys pushing them 3 and 4 wide like we would see out of a cup car and realizing they can't necessarily do that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's another caution, you'll keep seeing that. I think it's a mix of, it's a car where you can be a little bit more aggressive. It is a bit forgiving if you know what you're doing. But it's a practice race. Like, we're just out here having fun. We're testing our limits. So that's just part of it, you know?
Yeah, and the limits have definitely been tested, man. A great run. It's going to be an awesome season. I believe we start on January 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. We'll be kicking off at Daytona January 10th. I cannot wait. The Daytona 4,000. We run 250 miles there. Kick the season off. It'll be a long one, but it'll be fun. Yeah.
It definitely will. And as I've told almost everybody else, if you get the chance, make sure you wreck Edmund.
Oh, yeah. He's, we'll see about that. But,
all right, buddy.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to shout out your girlfriend, Angie, letting you come out here and broadcast this tonight. Appreciate it. Know this is usually your guys' night off together. It's been a lot of fun having you out here, though. So shout out to her, shout out for you to coming out and doing this, and we cannot wait to have you broadcast another season with us.
My pleasure, buddy. Good luck here.
All right, thanks, Ted.
I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, Angie does not get enough shout-outs, so huge thanks to Colby Whipple for that. I know at times Angie has sacrificed a lot of time with me to keep broadcasting and keep doing everything that we do, so it's going to be awesome. We are doing the HTSAI podcast comes back at the start of the year, at the start of the new season, so there's something to look forward to. And having a rookie driver in the house is really going to make that podcast very awesome, because I can have her go out and test certain combos and say, what do you think of this? Now, I think of it from a guy who's been sim racing since the 90s. She's been doing it since like 90 days ago. So it's a huge difference, and man, I'm really looking forward to all the cool things coming in 2024. You guys are not going to want to miss a single minute of anything. Swafford's lead is shrinking. Dean Webb is in full send mode here, down to 2.4 seconds, but 6 laps left. Jeremy Root also closing in on Dean Webb. Mike Brown has gone to pit road. Remember, he got caught up a couple laps down early on, so he is way off cycle with everybody else. Richie Joplin sitting back in fourth. Tyler Ott back in fifth. Cody Kennedy, Edmund Jones, Blake Veek, and Jeremy Edwards. Aaron Brill rounding out your top 10. Hey, folks, let's hear it from you. Well, what do you guys think of these SRX-style interviews, talking to the drivers under green flag conditions while they're racing? I'd love to get your opinions. Let's see if you've noticed any of the other changes here tonight. What do you guys think? Like, not like? Love to get y'all's input. Jeremy Root has come by and taken second place from Dean Webb. That has also allowed Swafford's lead back to about 2.5 seconds, but Root is closing the gap. Now, I will tell you, I have seen Root race these Xfinity cars before. He knows Ryan McDaniel has had a problem with 3 to go. There is a car flying. Caution is out. Caution out with 3 laps to go. Only our third caution of the night. Dean Webb and Jeremy Root appear to have possibly gotten a piece of that. Let's see what happened. Ryan coming down the front straightaway. Looks like something just broke on the car. He gets it wound up in the middle of the track. Oh! I do believe that was Jeremy Root that found Ryan McDaniel, just clips it, and then he gets it from Dean Webb. Wow, Root's car destroyed Dean's car, and Ryan McDaniel had to tow to pit road. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Ryan, find out what the heck just happened. Ryan, it looked like something just broke on the car going across the front stretch.
Something like that.
Man, it was a rough hit, and then Jeremy Root comes along and Dean Webb comes along. You caught some air.
Yeah, man, I hate that I caught them guys up in it.
So what happened with the car there on the front straightaway?
Just my wheels were out of alignment, and it's kind of.
Gotcha. So it just more or less locked up on you, and you you were just along for the ride at that point.
Yeah, at that point.
Well, man, heartbreaking into the night, but a great race, buddy, and good luck going in the new season.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for broadcasting tonight. It was fun.
My pleasure, man.
All right, talk to you soon.
Looks like Ryan is out. Everybody hits pit road. Richie Joplin comes out first. Tyler Ott in second. Edmund Jones in third. Cody Kennedy fourth. Blake Veakin in fifth. Something has happened to Swafford. He is no longer on the track. Swafford, who had dominated all night long, there is Swafford coming to pit road. Let's see if we can see what happened as we get ready for the green-white checkered. Hits pit road. Could this have been a massive loss of connection issue? Or did he have a problem on pit road? Overshot his pit stall and was just gone. So they'll be getting 1 to green here for a green-white checkered finish. Still 11 cars on the lead lap. Still in the fight on this one with Richie Joplin and Tyler Ott on the front row. Edmund Jones, Cody Kennedy on the second. Blake Veakin, Aaron Brill on the third. Colby Whipple, Russell Word, Jeremy Edwards, Brian Hewitt round out your top 10. Lance Sponberg in 11th, the last car on the lead lap. Mike Brown still out on track. Jeremy Root out of the race. Ryan McDaniel appears to be out of the race, as well as Dean Webb. No, Ryan is back out on track, so he may pick up a few spots here. All right, here we go. Pace car is in. Richie Joplin controls the restart. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go on Mike Brown. Mike Brown had a problem on the restart, ended up in the grass. Richie clears traffic out of turn 2, takes the lead down the back straightaway. Edmund Jones now to second, Tyler Ott in third. Cody Kennedy comes by underneath Ott. Richie Joplin comes across the line, white flag in the air, one more time around. Edmund Jones gaining a little ground there, battling back behind for third out of turn 2. Oh, they are beating and banging the doors back behind. Richie Joplin sends it off into turn 3 one more time. Edmund Jones still closing up the gap, but out of turn 4. Edmund gets loose, goes through the grass. Richie Joplin is going to win. Edmund Jones manages to save it and come home in second. Cody Kennedy finishes third. Well, let's talk to our top three, starting with Cody Kennedy. Cody, that was a wild last couple of lap battle there.
Yeah, that was crazy. My heart's pumping.
That green-white checker definitely made things interesting at the end, and man, you had quite a run going right before that white flag came out. It looked like you were looking for second.
Yeah, Edmund kind of took the air from me, and I had a lift, so I didn't get tight and get up into. Can't remember who was on the outside of me.
I think it was Tyler.
I think you're right. I think it was Tyler. I just didn't want to get up into him, so. But yeah, I had a couple close calls on the last lap. I almost took myself out and Tyler at the same time.
Still a great night, buddy. A lot of fun. Congratulations, a great race, man.
Yep, thanks, and everybody check out my iRacing sponsor, Fat Earth Comedy. They want more people to look at their stuff, so.
Awesome. Will do. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Cody Kennedy comes home in third. Edmund Jones finishes second. Edmund, you were aware it wasn't a rally cross race, right?
Man, I was just trying to get to the freaking Star Wars convention quicker. We got to see the piece on Jar Jar. I know you're cosplaying it.
Oh my gosh. When was the last time you were in one of these Xfinity cars? Because we saw a lot of guys really struggling because it had been so long since they've been in it.
I ran a race at Phoenix during championship weekend with Senior. But beyond that, man, I can't remember the last time I was actually in an Xfinity car. Like, these things are a blast. But definitely have a tendency to get sideways.
That was something we saw you doing a lot tonight, and a lot of guys. But man, a great race. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
Edmund comes home in second, but Richie Joplin pulls off the win tonight. Richie, you had the speed all night. You just needed a little bit of luck there at the end, and there it was.
Yeah, a caution came out. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what happened. Justin, he just backed out. I don't know what happened to that deal, but he was the car tonight, and I just looked up into it.
Well, knowing that you're about to be in these cars for a longer than normal season, man, how are you feeling about your chances here?
I need to race these more so I can get a little bit better at it. Got some work to do to get better at it.
Well, man, you're looking good so far. Congratulations. A great win, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Richie Joplin pulls off the win in the Nowski Practice race at Texas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as we will have the HTSAI Community Convoy. Yes, even on Thanksgiving and Saturday night, that big MS Society charity event. You don't want to miss out on any of it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you all have as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.